way is really important, and Teams allows us to do that.
Before Teams, we were using Zoom, Slack, email, Jabber, a whole bunch of tools to try to interact. It was fairly ineffective to collaborate like that.
You have to think about how do we make it easy for the students and faculty, administrative people to communicate on a day-to-day basis.
We had had so much change at UTA on the technology front. There was this concern there'd be fatigue on the campus and they wouldn't want to deal with Teams.
Once we had access, it's so easy to use that people caught on right away. Teams allows us to have chats between each other. The video portion in the video conference is huge. You can store materials, files, videos, images. Everything is in one place.
Teams fully integrated in with Microsoft Office Suite. We can still go back into the channel and we can find the file that we have been working on, and we can even collaborate as a group.
My information is encrypted. I can move it to any kind of cloud service that I want to. With all of this product consolidation, we've been able to drive our costs down while improving our quality of service. How do we intend to use Teams for the future? It's just going to grow.
The features keep coming. Teams is bringing a whole suite of things to us that we didn't really have an easy way to get to before. We're able to now work on problems, issues, and future plans for the campus much more efficiently.
We have a huge population of students, not only in our region, but we also serve the students that are online. And our students are all juggling a lot. So we want to be sure that the resources that we have really are focused on our students.
I'm a lecturer in the Department of English here at the University of Texas, Arlington. My students tend to push away from the provided platforms that we offer for communication. Students don't want to use email.
It's a little bit intimidating because, you have to follow the standards. We're used to social media and just a quick instant messaging.
Before, I used other options like Remind text messaging service, Blackboard chat, or Canvas chat. I was seeing them struggling. And so what I began to think about was, how can I offer them a way to communicate with me in something that feels familiar, but is also in alignment with all university communication policies for students? And that's when I found out about Teams.
As a student, it's very useful for having everything in one area. It's very easy to just message a professor and they usually respond quickly. It's got assignments on there. I can share my screen.
One of the most powerful tools within teaching Teams is collaborative authorship. I'm able to open the same documents that they're opening and offer feedback while they're actually authoring the document.
It helps your assignment flow better. They are helping you along the way, just like if you would go to their office hours.
I am a student worker on campus, and that function is very useful for having team meetings with coworkers on the other side of the campus. I can just click a button and, hey, video chat real quick and show them what I'm looking at.
In an aggregate, it really helps our students juggle all of the things that they're trying to do and finish in a reasonable amount of time.
Using Microsoft Teams, it's made education accessible for a large, diverse audience of students, which is really something we have to think about as we're moving our students into the job market and we're looking at being good citizens of not only local, but also a global community.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, so I'm seeing right now 1,000 1,116 attendees. Wow. So today, my name is Francis Hernandez from Odentes, Philippines. We'll be discussing and covering Microsoft Teams Live. And at the same time, we'll walk you through on our on how to mount Microsoft Teams Live on your specific schools. At the same time, I'd like to call out the attention of again. I would like to thank you as well the participants who attended our morning brief session earlier around 8 a.m. And today we'll be covering starting from 9:45 up to hopefully before 12 o'clock. We're gonna finish all the discussion on mounting Microsoft Teams live session, and at the same time we'll walk you through on the slide and how to edit it. Okay, so to give you a brief background as well, Odentes Technologies, we primarily conduct training and at the same time do certification on a nationwide scale. Now, to add, this morning we'll be focusing heavily on Microsoft Teams, and at the same time, all the decks that you've seen earlier, we're gonna walk you through and show you how to edit those files, and at the same time, um, give you an idea on how to completely mount and successfully run a virtual graduation. So our agenda for this morning would be number one is a technical manual walkthrough. Okay, so we'll show you what are the requirements to set it up. Number two is how to start it, and we'll show you a demo. Basically, what we did is we created a couple of screenshot, primarily because the internet connectivity might be during the live demo might be disconnected. So we prefer to have a screenshots of all the necessary process in mounting your Microsoft Teams live session. Okay. Number two, in this morning as well, we'll have the Hello 2020 graduates presentation. So earlier, the slide that was shown by Mr. Jomar De Leon, we're gonna cover that, a walkthrough, a complete walkthrough. At the same time, we'll show a live demo, how to edit, okay? Like edit picture or insert picture, insert video, insert photos, and at the same time, change the captions. And lastly, we'll place our recommendation, okay? And at the latter part of our presentation for this morning, we'll be also covering Q&A, okay? As a reminder, since we are in a live session, you can post all your questions, okay, in our Q&A box. Post your questions there, and we'll be answering it at the end of the session. Okay, so we'll be picking around between 10 to 15 questions, and we'll cover all of those questions. Now, 10 to 15 questions. Now, if in any event that we weren't able to cover your question, what we can do is we have a live support team. We'll place the address or the email address later in our chat box, and we will reply via email or via chat via Microsoft Teams. Okay, so you can still connect with us, and at the same time we'll walk you through on the process in mounting this virtual graduation successfully. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to first introduce our first speaker. Okay, so we have Ike. Okay, um, basically Mr. Ike Bautista. is a certified Microsoft 365. He's also a certified Microsoft 365 teamwork. And at the same time, he's been connected in the IT industry for the past 7 years. Okay, so when it comes to Microsoft Teams, doing a live session or the technicalities of it, he's our go-to guy. So I'll be without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Ike Bautista.
Yes, hello, good morning, participants. We thank you and we welcome you to our live event. Again, my name is Ike Bautista, and I'm here to walk you through getting started with Teams live events. Okay, so if you are an IT coordinator for the online graduation, this session is specifically for you. All right, also for the presenters. So let's get started. Okay, so we thank you for joining. Uh, and we hope you enjoy the session moving forward. All right. So to start, let's discuss first what are Teams live events. All right. So with Teams live events, the users in our organization can broadcast video and meeting content to large online audiences. All right. So Microsoft Teams live events are basically an extension of Teams meetings that enable you to schedule and produce events that stream to large online audiences. Okay. So they bring live video streaming to a new level, like what we're doing now, encouraging connection throughout the entire engagement lifecycle with the attendees before, during, and after live events. All right. So we can create a live event wherever you are. Okay. So with your audience, with your team, with your community, using Microsoft Teams. All right. So let's just go through the difference between a Teams meeting and a Teams live event. So a Teams meeting is what we've experienced earlier in the 8 a.m. session. All right, so a Teams meeting is real-time collaboration between group or peers. Okay, and so the meeting room handles up to 250 participants. Okay, the attendees, like yourselves, can share webcam videos, your screen or your window when you want. Okay, you can also create whiteboard and meeting notes. Okay, so you can invite people, individuals, or teams of people, or a group. All right, so participants see the current live meeting. All right, when you join in the meeting, you are brought to the live portion of the meeting. Whereas with the Teams live events, so these are designed for presentation style meetings, such as this, where most attendees are view only. Okay, the reason why we've also set up a live event is because there are more than 250 participants. If I'm not mistaken, it's more than 1,000 right now. Okay, so producers or presenters are the only ones who can open the webcam video, share screen, or share their windows. Okay, so again, up to 10,000 attendees can join the event. The attendees can only participate via text-based question and answer. All right, so you can open your question and answer boxes or chat-based Q&A, and we'll be able to receive them and answer them accordingly. Okay, so the attendees can play back the live event stream. So when you join this live event, you can actually play back from the beginning up until the live session while it's live. Okay, so when attendees join the live event, they usually start at the beginning of the live session. Okay, so they don't go in through the live compared to a Teams meeting. All right, so there are playback options for attendees. Now let's discuss briefly the event group roles. Okay, so the event group roles are the roles where you need to assign or need to understand as coordinators of the live event. Let me just zoom in the screen. Okay, so everyone can see it better. So the first one is an organizer. All right. So there can only be one organizer in a live event. So the organizer is the one who creates the live event or schedules the live event. Okay, so the organizer schedules a live event and ensures that the event is set up with the right permissions and settings. Okay, for the attendees, the event group who will manage the event. So organizer is one time. It's just creating the live event and setting the permissions. Okay, so when you join a meeting or when you join a live event, all right, you automatically become a producer, okay, which is the next role. So a producer, you basically are the one handling the live event, okay? So later on, we'll be showing you what the experience is for a producer, what the experience is for the presenter, and what the experience is as an attendee. Okay, so as a producer, you can start and stop the live event. You can share your own video or other producers. You can also share the presenter's videos, or you can share their desktop or windows. Okay, you can also select layouts, okay, such as this. If you just want to see the PowerPoint or present the PowerPoint live, you can do so. Or if you want to also show the speaker on the side, like what we did with Sir Francis earlier, then we can do so as well. Now the next role is the presenter role. So the presenter presents audio, the video, or a screen to the live event. They can also moderate the Q&A. Okay, so everything that a presenter can do, the producer can also do. All right. So how it is presented to the live screen is controlled by the producer. Now the attendee is a viewer, okay, such as yourself when you're viewing the live event now. So when you watch the live event live or on demand, you can use playback controls, either anonymously or authenticated. You can also participate in the Q&A, where you can use your Q&A box. All right. So again, if you have questions, feel free to use the Q&A box provided in the live event. Now, who can create live events? All right, so these are some prerequisites that we need to consider first when we want to create a live event, okay? Especially for the organizers. All right. So for you to create a live event, you must have a Office 365 or Microsoft 365 E3, E5, or A3 or A5 license. All right. Next is you need permission to create live events, of course, in the admin center, Teams admin center. Next is the permission to create live events in Microsoft Stream. Okay. And you also need to be a member of the organization in your Office 365 or Microsoft 365 tenant. Okay. Now, private meeting scheduling, screen sharing, IP video sharing turned on in the Teams meeting policy. Okay. So if you have your Teams meetings policy set by at default on your Teams admin center, then you should be good to go. All right. Now, who can attend live events? Now, there are two considerations to this. Now, if the organizer has set a public event or a certain private event, all right? So public events is where the event is public, of course, and anyone who has the link can attend without logging in, okay? Now, private events are where if you want certain group of people only to join, okay, where an invite is required, or if you want your whole organization or your whole school in Microsoft 365 or Office 365 to attend. Okay, so in public events like this, you can join as a guest. Right. In private events, you will need to sign in. Okay, but for our online graduation, we will be using public events. Okay, now some system requirements and platform. These are available online through the Office support website. Okay. Now let's talk about the supported platforms by role. Now, if you are a producer or a presenter, you will really need to use the desktop and install the Teams application on your desktop or laptop. Okay. Now, the attendees can join via desktop, via web, or via mobile. All right. So, as producers and presenters, we cannot use the web and we cannot use the mobile app to manage the live event. All right. So, are you excited to set up live events? Okay. So, we'll show you how. Now, this next few minutes, we'll be setting up a live event. I'll be showing you how. And when you open Teams, first, you need to go through your calendar. Okay. Now, on the left side of Teams, you can see an icon called Calendar. And it brings you to your calendar in Teams. Now, on the top right corner of the screen, you can see New Meeting. Okay. But click on the drop-down arrow beside the New Meeting. And instead of scheduling a meeting, now we click on Live Event. Okay. When we click on Live Event, we'll be prompted to set up the settings for the live event. Okay. So for our online graduation ceremony, we just type in the title. We set the date for the actual live event, date and time. We enter the details of the graduation ceremony. You can enter instructions here, and also invite the producers or the presenters. Now, by default, you as an organizer who creates the live event automatically become a producer in the live event. Okay, so you can add multiple producers and multiple presenters in our live event. Okay, so I got a message here that most of you are requesting Tagalog. Okay, so pasensya na po. Medyo nasanay lang po sa English. Okay? Kumustahon din akong mga friends in Visayas area, in Mindanao area. Okay? Okay, so let's do Tagalog moving forward. Apologies. All right. So, ganito pa mag-setup ng live event, ano? Alright? So, sa susunod, magkakaroon na po ng settings kung paano yung live event. Okay. Para po sa online graduation natin, kailangan po nakaset ito ng public. And when you scroll down, okay, andito naman po yung permissions on paano na-produce yung live event. Pag available po ba yung recording sa attendees, yung attendee engagement report, and kapag kailangan niyo po yung Q&A during the online graduation, you can also check the Q&A. When you click on next, sa next page po, magkakaroon na po ng invite. Okay, so pwede nyo po kunin yung attendee link at pwede nyo po i-copy ito sa email or sa Facebook messages para ma-invite nyo po yung friends and families ng graduation or for the online graduation. Now, ito po yung attendee link. Ito po yung link na sinesend nyo sa mga attend ng online event. Also, yung join link dito or join button, ito po ay para sa producers or presenters ng event. Okay? Pag nakopy nyo na po yung attendee link, pwede nyo na po ito i-send to invite the attendees for the online graduation. Ngayon po, during yung live event, pag oras na po ng online graduation, as producers or presenters, magkakaroon po kayo ng specific na invite at pwede na po kayo mag-click ng join. Pag na-click nyo na po yung join, at the beginning, pwede nyo po i-off yung camera nyo and pwede nyo po i-off din yung microphone. Now, first entry in the live event, ganito po yung makikita sa screen. Okay? So, sa left side po, makikita po dito yung queue. Okay? Hindi pa po ito yung live screen. Ito pa lang po yung tinatawag na preview. Okay? Ngayon sa right side naman po, dito yung live screen. Ganito po yung view ng isang producer. Okay? So, sa bottom part naman po ng screen, you can see yourself. You can also see other attendees. Okay? So, makikita nyo po sa baba yung attendees. Oh, sorry, not the attendees. The producers, the presenters, and what they're sharing as well. Pag na-click nyo na po yung share sa bottom, you will be prompted na i-share kung aling part po yung gusto nyong i-share. Yung screen or different window ng applications. Okay? So kapag mag-share, pwede po multiple screen tayo. Okay, so better po na magkaroon ng maraming screen or multiple display para ma-share po natin accordingly kung anong screen yung gusto natin i-share. Or kapag may gusto po natin i-share na window or application, pwede rin tayo mamili ng specific na window or application. Pag na-click na po natin yung share, makikita po natin na magkaroon ng red window sa loob ng presented screen. Okay? Now, kapag kailangan po natin mag-play ng sounds, make sure po na naka-check po yung system audio. Okay, kapag nakalimutan naman natin i-on yung system audio, pwede rin po natin i-enable ito sa top part ng screen. Okay. Kapag nag-share na po tayo, pwede nating ilagay siya sa queue. Okay. And pwede na rin natin i-send live. Now, manotice po natin na hindi pa nakastart yung event. Okay? So, kahit pag-send live po tayo, hindi pa talaga nakikita ito ng attendees. Okay? So, when we click on send live, okay? Now again, kapag na-start na po natin yung event, dire-diretso na po yun. And hindi na po siya pwedeng i-stop tapos start ulit. Okay? So we need to make sure that you only press start or click start when it is time for the live event. Okay? Now when you click on start, you will be prompted. Okay? Are you sure to start the live event now? Okay? Again, meron pa warning. Once you start, you cannot stop and restart. Okay? Yung event can last up to 16 hours from the start time. And attendees will get a 10 to 20 second delay. Okay? So when you click on continue, ayan, manonotice po natin or mapapansin po natin na naka-red na po yung right screen. Ibig sabihin live na po yung naka-share natin na screen doon. Okay? Now, pag gusto natin mag-queue ng ibang presenter or ibang view, okay? Pwede natin i-select yung specific view na yun para magkaiba po yung queue. At kapag ready na yung isang presenter, pwede natin i-send live. Okay? So ganito po yung nagiging itsura normally ng isang live event sa isang producer. Okay? So sa bilang producer, kayo po ang mamimili kung ano yung ipe-present niyo po sa live screen. Okay? Now again, ito po ay isang live event. So dire-diretso po yung flow dapat ng presentation. So pwede po kayo mag-share ng content. Pwede po kayo mag-share ng webcam. Okay? And if you're a speaker, okay, make sure that you only unmute or make sure lang po na hindi naka-mute yung mic nyo during your speaking time. And kapag hindi nyo naman po speaking time, make sure na naka-mute po yung mic nyo. Okay? So, as a producer, bilang producer, pwede rin po tayo mag-mute ng ibang presenters or producers na pwedeng nakalimutan na naka-on pala yung microphone nila during sa live event. Okay? So, kapag may questions po tayo bilang producer, okay, you can ask on the Q&A box. Okay? Kapag na-feel nyo naman po na masyadong mabilis yung presentation, pwede nyo po i-rewind ng konti yung video playback na ito during the live event. Okay. So as a presenter, medyo different lang yung view. Okay? Bilang presenter lang, okay, hindi po natin makokontrol kung ano yung naka-live screen. Okay? So bilang presenter, pwede tayo mag-share ng content from our desktop, okay, from our PowerPoint, from our videos. Pwede rin po natin i-turn on yung webcam natin. Pwede rin po tayo mag-turn on ng microphone, similar sa isang Teams meeting. Okay? So meron na po tayong guidelines. Okay? So yung presenter screen, nakikita po sa graphics sa right. Okay? So kapag naka-share na po yung content, okay, you can then start presenting. Okay? So bilang presenter, okay, hindi natin alam, okay? So, posibleng nakaka-queue lang po yung presentation natin or pwedeng naka-live na. So, make sure you understand the flow of the whole live event para dire-diretso po yung flow. Okay? So, pwedeng maging live na po ito. Okay? Yung screen kapag naka-red na. Okay? So, pagkatapos po mag-present ang presenter, yung presenter pwede na pong mag-proceed sa content, for example, PowerPoint or mag-play ng video. And pwede na rin po magsalita. Okay? So, once tapos na po, yung producer, naka-prepare na rin po yung other presenter na i-share yung content ng iba. Okay? So, after ng time nyo po is pwede na po kayo mag-stop ng sharing, okay, ng display. And you can drop from the live event as a presenter. Okay? But if you still need to speak later during the live event, then we suggest that you stay in the live event and be ready when your turn is up. Okay. So bilang attendee naman po, okay, so marireceive na natin yung link from the organizers, okay, or from the school. Okay. So pwede po natin gamitin yung browser, okay, lalo na if wala pang Microsoft Teams. Okay. So, yung assumption po natin dito is wala silang Microsoft Teams na application. Okay? Especially yung mga parents, okay, or guardians ng graduates, okay, or the relatives. Ngayon, pwede po sila mag-open ng browser, okay? Na kapag tatanungin ng browser, okay, na i-prop na i-open yung Microsoft Teams, okay, pwede nyo po i-cancel na lang ito. And sa baba po, may option na watch on the web instead. Okay? So sa view po bilang attendee, okay, so nakikita nyo po yung presentation based on ano yung pine-present ng presenters. Okay? Sometimes naka-enable din po yung camera ng presenters. Okay? So, pwede po kayo mag-pause and play. Okay? Pwede nyo po i-adjust yung volume. Okay? So, pwede nyo po ulitin yung live from the beginning. Okay? Pwede rin po kayo tumalon sa live na area. Okay? So, pwede nyo po i-adjust yung play speed and yung video quality if possible. Okay? So, importante din po as producer or presenter na intindihan natin kung ano yung nangyayari sa side ng attendee. Okay? So, let's continue. Okay? Now, for the last part, mag-share po kami ng konting tips, guidance, and best practices bilang organizers and producers. Okay? So, organizer and producers. Okay? So, here are yung mga checklist po natin. So, i-install po natin yung latest na Microsoft Teams desktop application sa Teams download website. Okay? For organizers, okay, you need to create na yung live event. Okay, make sure you create the live event with appropriate information and settings. Once you've created the live event, you can send the invite link na to the attendees via email, chat, or other means. Okay? Again, as producers, ensure you have more than 2 Mbps bandwidth for internet on the event. If it's greater or mas mabilis pa sa 2 Mbps, the better. Okay? So, best practice din po na mag-create ng separate live events for testing. Okay? Especially pag nag-run through tayo or nag-test tayo ng live event, hindi po natin gagamitin yung actual na live event for the online graduation. Okay? Kasi again, pag na-start na po natin yung online graduation, okay, hindi tayo pwede mag-restart. Okay? So, very important po yun. So, kapag mag-run through po tayo or pag-testing po tayo, pwede tayong gumawa ng ibang live event for testing. Okay? So, also, finalize and prepare the program flow. You inform other producers and presenters as well. Okay? Next is you work with other producers and presenters to set up for the event. Okay? You either set up a 2 monitor for the event or a 2 PCs for the event. Okay? So, a 2 PCs meaning 1 PC para po sa producer, okay, para makontrol po yung live. Tapos naka-separate PC po yung content na ipe-present. Okay? So, yun po yung best practice. Okay? Konting reminders po before yung live event. Okay? So, make sure na naka-join na po kayo sa live event 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes ahead ng scheduled live event. Okay? So, make sure naka-ready na po yung mga producers and presenters during the live event. Make sure naka-join na po kayo sa room. Okay? At least 30 minutes ahead of time. Again and again, you test internet connection stability. Okay? Make sure na stable po yung internet connection natin as much as possible, especially for the producers that are controlling the live event. Okay? It's very important. Or for those who want to play videos or who will be sharing their webcam. Also, test the microphone if it's working, the headset or the speakers. Okay, make sure all of those are working. Okay. Also, prepare your contents and flow. Of course, the presentation, the videos, okay, and yung flow po ng program during a live event. Okay. Kasi again, very important po yung flow and coordination. with the other producers and presenters. Okay? And also very important, pipindutin lang po yung live event or go live kapag oras na po talaga na mag-start ng live event. Okay? Again, also, huwag nyo po i-click yung end live button until the very end of the event. So, balikan po natin ng screen sa isang producer. Okay? Okay, so bawal i-press yung end hanggang hindi pa natatapos yung live event. Okay? So very important po yun. Okay? Now some quick reminders for the attendees. Okay? Especially the students, their parents, relatives, friends. Okay? So they need to ensure at least 1 to 2 Mbps of internet bandwidth. Okay? They need to make sure na medyo mabilis yung internet. Okay? Especially as a viewer. Okay, make sure naka-ready na po yung device natin. Pwede yung computer or laptop or tablet, okay, or even a phone. Okay, so as long as may web browser. So for a phone, kailangan po ng Teams app. Okay. Make sure na kukuha nyo po yung link, invite for the live event sa school or sa organizers. Okay. Also, pag nanonood na tayo ng live event, make sure we use the web option if we're PC on tablet or tablet. And we can utilize the on-screen controls if we want to play back a certain portion of the live event or gusto po natin mapunta sa live option. Okay? And of course, enjoy the live online graduation. Okay? So, ayun lang po for this first part of the training. Okay? Ngayon, nagkaroon po tayo ng better understanding of Microsoft Teams live events. Okay? Alam na natin kung paano mag-set up ng isang Teams live event. Okay? Alam na rin po natin kung paano i-manage or produce ang isang Teams live event. Depende po kung tayo ay producer or a presenter. Okay? And also, may better understanding na po tayo kung paano ma-maximize natin yung use ng Teams live event. Sir Francis, I think you're on mute po.
Hi, hello. Yeah. Thank you, Sir Ike. Thank you for sharing that wonderful information on how to mount your Microsoft Teams live session. Now, the good thing about it, I'm reading a lot of questions about will you get the slide? Will you get the presentation? Yes, we will share po all the presentation that we will give to you this morning. So, including the PowerPoint presentation, and at the same time, we'll be also providing the playbook in a PDF format. So we'll share the link. Then once we've shared all those links na po, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna give the link to our USD, that USD. Then from the USD, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it will be cascaded down to all the regions and up to the division level, to the school level po. So that link contains all the PowerPoint presentation, all the PDF file, and at the same time, all the images that you will use to mount your virtual graduation. So our role here is basically to help you. Then later this afternoon, i-up po namin ang technical support team po namin to basically assist all those concerns. Like for example, if you have further questions, we'll share a link in which that is our tech support team, so you can you can connect live to our technical support, whether via call of Microsoft Teams, or you can also have a chat with them if you have technical concerns. Okay. Now I'll be sharing a little bit of earlier. Mr. Ike showed a complete rundown of Microsoft Teams Live, how to do it, how to mount it, and the same time, and what are the categories. Kanina nabanggit niya, you have the producer, at the same time, you have the presenter, and you have the audience, okay? So, I'll be showing a file. So, this file will be shared to you, okay, later in a link we'll be providing you. So this file is somehow same with the file of Mr. Ike. The only difference is earlier it's more of a PowerPoint presentation, so it would be easier to digest. Now this one is a playbook. Now this playbook, the purpose of this is for all those participants, whether you're in the division level or you're in a regional level or even in a school level, you can browse this one and use it as a reference for you to be guided on how to do it step by step. Okay. Earlier, the purpose of that is for you to have a better understanding about Microsoft Teams. Now, in terms of process, in terms of step by step procedure, you can follow this playbook and for you to be guided on how to correctly mount your virtual graduation in the next coming weeks. Okay. So here, we provided already a table of contents. So again, if you're the producer, you can refer starting from page 4 to 10. If you're a presenter, in which you're the one who will show the slide or even have the capability to talk, so that would cover from page 12 to 18. Now, as an attendee, like what you're doing right now, as an attendee, so we have specific guidelines. Normally, in a setup for virtual graduation, the attendees would be the parents, the relative of the student, and at the same time, the graduating student. Okay, so they will be the attendee in this specific virtual graduation event. Okay, as we scroll down, so we've split it into 3 different segments. This one is based also as reference to your to the presentation of Sir Ike. Okay, so this is the producer guideline. If you look at it, okay, there are key steps to be followed. Okay, so step 1, install first Microsoft Teams, okay, on your desktop. Second would be follow instruction on how to set it up. And number 3, send the link to attendees via email, chat, or you can create the link, shorten the link, have it posted maybe in a site that shortens the link and share to your audience. Okay. Then 4 is the minimum requirement. Again, this is more of the specs. In terms of spec requirement, ang kailangan lang po is 2 Mbps of bandwidth. Okay. In any event, it's lower than 2 Mbps. It will still work, but the challenge would be is number 1, there can be a potential the potential of maybe if you're showing like the one that I'm doing right now, if I'm showing a video, it might be blurred, but the voice will be clear, but the video, especially the camera, there might be some challenges in terms of showing it. Okay, next is okay next would be is finalize and prepare the program flow and inform presenter to distribute to attendees. So what could happen is in building this or in mounting the Microsoft Teams Live is first you need to also have a full coordination coming from the regional office or to the division office who would set up the tenant. I mean the Teams Live. So in your case, if I'm not mistaken, it can be set up. Again, you can check with your with the policy if the if on the school level, if the setting up of Microsoft Teams Live is enabled to have it available publicly, because there needs to have a little bit configuration on back end. Okay, so it's more of enabling on the policies for the Microsoft Teams Live for it to be available on a public setting. Okay. Then step 6, work with the presenter to set up for the event as detailed on how to set up for 2 computers for the event. Okay, so with this one, okay, you just need to follow the steps that Mr. Ike showed earlier for you to at least well, the purpose of this is the setting up of 2 computers is to have some level of, if you would want to check the setup that you made, if it's already working or not. Because before running to the actual live event, we highly suggest that you need to set up first na mag-set up muna kayo ng parang mock. It's like a mock live event. Before jumping to the actual live session or live event, we do suggest to do a mock first, like a mock test, in which you can set it up in 2 computers. So one could be the producer, the other one could be the presenter. Then on your mobile phone, you can be the audience. So that in that way, you can check the user experience sa side ng producer, sa side ng presenter, and lastly, sa side po ng audience. Okay? So we've included here also specific producer before the event guidelines. So there are a couple of steps that you need to follow. Okay. First is before joining the live event, okay, 30 minutes ahead of the scheduled time. What's the purpose of that? Okay, the purpose of that is before you go live, okay, for example, your call time would be 2 p.m. We highly suggest be there at 1:30. Okay, why? As presenter and as producer. Ang purpose po noon, so the producer at the same time the presenter can validate and check their microphone, can check their PowerPoint slide, and check their audio if it's working correctly. And at the same time, your bandwidth connectivity. Because again, the purpose of that 30-minute ahead of time period is for you to do the all the troubleshooting and check whether everything is perfectly working accordingly. Because the challenge would be if you go live without checking those things and you jump into the live session immediately, there might be some issues that you might encounter, and it's hard for you to ayusin po yung setup ng Microsoft Teams if it's already working live. So mas mahirap mag-troubleshoot, especially if your mic is not working or maybe your camera is not working. Or lastly, the internet connectivity is having some like intermittent connection. Mahirapan po tayo dyan. So we highly suggest 30 minutes. Some would be for what I know, some people would go even to an extent of having it available even 1 hour ahead of time, especially if you have a big crowd of participants. I mean big crowd of presenters. So again, depending on the number of presenters, if you have a numerous number of presenters, maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour is a good allocation time. Okay. Next is press join button to enter. This is more of for the presenter. Okay, we click the join button, the presenter and for the producer. But on the side of the attendees, all you need to do is click the link. Okay, the link is provided to all the participants, and from that link, anyone can just click that link, and you have 2 options. It's either you open the link using a browser, or you open the link using your own Microsoft Teams account installed in your PC or in your mobile phone. Okay. And in addition, okay, number 3, always check internet connection. Okay, the stability. Next is check your microphone if it's working. And lastly, your speaker, so you can hear clearly your audience. Okay. I mean, you can hear clearly your colleagues presenting at the same time. If you're doing like for example, sometimes they're set up na parang naka Q&A siya. So Q&A on the side that someone is reading it for you. Normally it's the event moderator. They read the question aloud, and you as a presenter, you're gonna answer that question. So it will help if your audio is working perfectly. Okay. Now, scheduling live event guidelines. Okay. Earlier it was shown by Mr. Ike, and you just follow that template, and from that template you'll be well guided on how to mount this Microsoft Teams live session. Okay. Okay. So we've already included screenshots. So the purpose of this screenshot is for you to at least have a better reference when it comes to, for example, if you would want to duplicate what we did here. So it would be very easy for you to mount your Microsoft Teams live session. Instead of putting just words, we made specifically screenshots for you to be guided on how to use this one. Like for example, you place the title, so that will be the first one. Place the schedule. When do you want it to happen? Okay. Then details. So if you have specific instruction for your participants or maybe for your co-presenters, you can place it here. And at the same time, you invite people that would be participating on your event. So in this case, this is the presenter. So if you have multiple presenter, you can invite them. But in your graduation, we highly suggest that you have maybe at least two producer, okay, one or two producer, and the next would be more of the presenter. The purpose of the producer is the two producer, I mean in terms of practice, pag dalawa po yung producer po, nyo po kasi, so in any event na magkaroon ng konting technical difficulty, so you have a backup. Because what could potentially happen when doing a live session, for example, I'm the producer, then suddenly my laptop turned off, okay, and maybe there's a power shortage, and I'm using my laptop, and yung battery ko po is naubos. At least you have a secondary producer that is helping you on the side. So in any event that you were disconnected during the session of the live event, someone can still control the whole session, okay, in the live session event. Okay, so here we also have specific guidelines during and after the event guideline. You can check this out. Okay, so in your screen, don't be surprised. Makikita nyo po as a producer, magkaiba po ang view ng producer and presenter po. On the side of the producer, you immediately will see two screen. Okay, don't be confused on the two screen that you will see. The left part, this is more of the presentation that is on cue. Okay, on the right side, this is the live session. Yung nakikita nyo po sa right side. So yun po yung actual nakikita ng audience po ninyo. Okay, yung nasa right side. Yung nasa left panel po, ang purpose po nun is to set up for queuing. So for example, you have two presenter. Okay, so the first presenter can show, basically shows his slide. Now the second presenter, it could be, you can show his face on cue. So in any event the first presenter is done, you can change the screen to send it as a live view. So the second presenter can immediately jump into the to the presentation. So what's the purpose of that? Para po maiwasan na magkaroon ng dead air, para wala pong period na naka-black lang yung screen, or siguro prolonged na wala nagsasalita. So yun po yung purpose nun, para immediately meron pong queuing na mangyari po. Okay? Then here, okay, in your event guide, during after event guideline, okay, so at the same time, an additional tip, okay, especially for the first timers, whenever you mount a live session, a live event session, please be mindful not to click the end session. Okay, not to click the end session. Why? Because if accidentally you click the end session, automatically the whole live session will be closed na po. Okay? So again, we highly suggest to be mindful of the end button. Normally po kasi nagkakamali po dito yung mga first time na makagamit po ng Microsoft Teams. Hindi po maiiwasan because some of the presenter or some of the producer, especially for first timer, the red button that says end, they thought that the end button, ang purpose niya po is to end the presentation. Hindi po. When you click the end button, ang mangyari po is it will end the whole live session. Okay? So iwasan lang po natin yon. So as the producer, okay, once the live meeting has ended, the recording will be available through hyperlink that will be shared to all participants. Okay, so as a producer, ang maganda po sa Microsoft Teams live session po natin is recorded po siya. Okay, recorded po siya, and at the same time it can be shared to all participants with the available hyperlink lang po. It will be shared sa audience na po. On our session, what we will do is we will provide all the video materials, including this recording. At the same time, all the PowerPoint presentation, as mentioned earlier, we'll collate everything, we'll share the link, and we're gonna post updates as well. The purpose of the update, for example, we added a new video that would help you in terms of guiding you in mounting the virtual graduation. We'll post it there. Okay, so we'll be sharing the link to your USD. Then it will be cascaded, if I'm not mistaken, to retos and detos po up to the school level po. Okay? So here, as a presenter naman po, okay, this is just all the manual that you will follow. This is highly similar with Mr. Ike's presentation. The only difference here, this is in a PDF format. Earlier po, it's more of in a presentation deck format. So it would be easier for participants to get the full summary. Kasi ito pong ano po natin playbook. Medyo po ano po siya kompleto po siya. Word by word po, kompleto. So yung presentation po natin kanina, if you're gonna compare it, tinrim down po namin yung etong mismong playbook. We trim it down in a presentation format, so it would be easier to digest, especially po if this virtual graduation will be cascaded to the school level po. So mas maganda po meron tayong reference where yung kompleto, that is the playbook. Ito po nakikita nyo ngayon. Then the other one, yung medyo mas shorter version, yun po yung PowerPoint presentation that was shown by Mr. Ike earlier. Okay, so we have presenter guidelines as well, during and after the event guideline. So it's stipulated here. Okay, again, same setup. Okay, 30 minutes prior to the live event, click the join button for presenter and producer, and test your internet connectivity, microphone, and speaker. Okay, at the same time, if you're doing it on a laptop, please be mindful and check your battery level po. Okay, just to ensure lang po na tuloy-tuloy. It's hard, baka you're too excited to run the event, you forgot to recharge your laptop if you're using a laptop, then baka magbigla siya mag-close while the event is running. Okay, so be mindful lang po of the battery level if you're using a laptop. Presenter screen function, okay, the difference with your producer and presenter, medyo limited po ang view and capability ng presenter in comparison to your producer. So sa producer, it's like the back end. The presenter, it's more of, ito yung medyo limited yung view kasi yung view niya is just the presenting and sharing of screen. Unlike the producer level, meron siyang capability to click whoever he wants to be active and send to the live event. May ganun pong capability yung producer po. But on the presenter side, wala po. So, ang nagko-control po overall is the producer. Okay? Then the presenter, ang purpose niya po is more of if you have a slide to share or kung kayo po ang isang speaker sa live session natin po. Okay? So how to enter as a presenter? Normally, the owner creates the invitation, so they place the organizer. Okay, so the organizer is also the producer. He or she is the one responsible in adding all the potential presenter um, in the live session po. So siya po yung may capability. Okay? Then as a presenter, all you need to do is click the join button. Once you click the join button, it automatically brings you to the live room session. Now from the live room session, you can now show your presentation. But again, the producer can give you the cue whether you're the ones presenting or pwede niya kayong bigyan ng abiso po kung you need to be ready in the next 10 minutes or be ready in the next 5 minutes. Normally po, si producer po nagsasabi nun. Okay? So click lang, click join for you to be to enter the live session as a presenter. Okay? Then here, okay, if you have an audio, okay, if you have an audio in your presentation, if you click your screen on the topmost corner, you will see here a small box. Okay, a small box. You need to click that. Okay, normally it's disabled by default. Okay, you need to click that for you to share your audio if you'll be presenting and sharing videos with audio po. Okay, so same, it will generate a hyperlink. Okay, now as an attendee, okay, medyo mas iba po ang attendee. Okay, ang attendee po kasi medyo mas limited yung capability lalo ng attendee in comparison to presenter. Why? As an attendee, kagaya po ng situation po nyo po ngayon, what you can do as an attendee is you can post questions, okay, and watch the video. That's it. No interaction. There's no available mic for you to talk. At the same time, there's no video or camera available for you to show your face or to have face-to-face interaction with the presenter. Hindi po available po on the attendee side. Because the purpose of the attendee, primarily po, sila po yung audience po natin. So in this case, for the virtual graduation, what could happen, the attendee could be the parents, okay, relative of the graduate, and yung pong gagraduate po natin, yung mga estudyante po. Sila po yung potential maging attendee sa gagawin nyo pong live session po. Okay? As an attendee, it's not required naman po. What we could share as an attendee, it's not a requirement for them to view it on laptop. Your mobile phone is enough. Or if you have a tablet, it's also okay to view as an attendee. So hindi naman po siya nagre-require on using a laptop po. Normally po kasi ang nagre-require ng laptop or desktop setup is if you're the presenter. Primarily po because as a presenter or as a producer, medyo marami ka po kasing in terms of features, mas kompleto po kasi siya. In comparison, if you're gonna use your mobile phone in presenting, medyo masyado pong limited kasi yung view and control. And at the same time, we don't suggest the use of browser if you're the presenter or if you're the producer. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, the capability is not available on a browser based. Okay? Masyado kasing limited ang capability po ni browser. But if you are an attendee, if you use browser, if you use your mobile phone, or if you use your tablet, okay lang po siya. Wala pong problema po doon. Okay? So we have the guidelines here. Okay? So we've included screenshots. Okay? Then two option, okay? It's either if your audience, normally naman po ang audience po natin, they don't have an Office 365 account. So what they can do, they can just use web, this one. So if they click the link, okay, it will give a prompt. Microsoft Teams.com wants to open this application. You just click cancel, okay, then click watch on the web instead. Okay, So, yun po yung option po natin as an attendee. Okay? And then, as an attendee, you can pose couple of questions po. And once your question is posted, makikita po yan ng ano po natin, ng producer. Then, as a producer, si producer po yung pwedeng mag-designate if there's a Q&A portion or like this kind of session po natin. I know you have couple of questions already. Nababasa po namin yun po sa Q&A box po namin. So, from our Q&A box, we can reply one by one, or later this session, we're gonna read aloud all those probably around 15 questions, 15 relevant questions. Okay, we're gonna read them loud. At the same time, we're gonna answer it. Okay, now for all those questions na hindi po namin matawag or hindi po namin masagot, what we can do is we're gonna reply to it one by one po. And at the end of the session, since open naman po yung link namin for our tech support, you can post all your questions to our tech support, especially if it's pertaining to the technicalities on how to set up your Microsoft Teams live session. Okay? So, for any further questions, especially pertaining to Office 365, earlier I've seen a lot of questions pertaining to Office 365. Like, for example, how to request access for your Office 365, how to enable your Microsoft Teams, doing public for Microsoft Teams Live. Okay, as your trainer po, we may suggest that you please contact your division ITOs po to ask on your accounts, your Office 365 account, especially po dun sa mga IT coordinator in your respective school. Please connect po with your division ITO, and please ask them lang po about, for example, if it's your Office 365 account, sila po kasi yung may makakasagot po noon tungkol sa Office 365 questions. Ang allowed po na i-cover namin any question po regarding Microsoft Teams Live. Okay? Outside Microsoft Teams Live, specifically like change password, retrieval of your account, or getting your Office 365 account, please coordinate po with your division ITO. Okay? So, we'll be jumping to our next topic, and I'm excited to call our next presenter. Okay? Our next presenter would be Miss Mardi Quaresma. She's also an educator. Okay, now she's part of a dentist and one of our trainer as well. Okay, so she'll be covering the virtual graduation presentation. This presentation was already shown earlier by Mr. Jomar De Leon. So this session we're gonna discuss it one by one in detail. At the same time, after Miss Mardi, as mentioned, it's split into three different sessions. So number one, it will be discussed by Mardi, yung full deck of your virtual graduation. Second would be is how to edit it. It will be covered by Miss Zarina. And yung last, yung mga recommendation po namin as your technical support for your Microsoft Teams live session, it will be covered by teacher Micaela po. Okay? So without further ado, this is I'll be transferring to Miss Mardi Quaresma po.
Yan. Hello po. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. So for my part po, virtual graduation presentation. So ito po ang yung title slide. Hello 2020 graduates, a virtual graduation. So dito po, papalitan niyo po kung anong division kayo, kung ano pong date yung inyong graduation. At saka po, pwede po kayo maglagay ng school logo sa gilid. O pwede niyo po ito ipakita habang hindi pa po kayo nagsisimula sa inyong graduation ceremony. After po nito, susunod po yung welcome graduates. So dito po sa slide na ito, nakalagay po yung pangalan ng school, kung ano pong division kayo. At dito rin po ay pwede kayong maglagay ng mga pictures at ng mga video, kunyari po ng mga picture po ng mga estudyante or yung mga picture po nila na nakatoga at kung ano po yung mga nagawa na po nila sa school. Pag hindi po kaya ng video, pwede rin naman po yung mga pictures lang. So, pagkatapos po nito ay ang processional, ay ang pagpasok po ng mga estudyante. So, dito po, pwede nyo pong ilagay ang picture ng school, yung sa harapan po, yung gym, yung venue po kung saan gaganapin ang graduation, kahit na po ito ay virtual lang. At habang po nandito ay may voice over po ang MC na i-introduce tungkol po sa inyong virtual graduation ceremony for this year, school year 2019 to 2020. So pagkatapos po ng processional, kung meron po kayong video, pwede rin po. Kung wala naman pictures, ay okay lang din po. Dito po ay ang entrance of color. So kung may mga dati na po kayong nai-record na picture or may mga video na po kayo sa pagpasok po ng ating watawat or ang inyong school flag, ay pwede niyo po ditong ilagay. So pwede rin pong picture lang or pwede rin pong video. After po nito ay ang inyong national anthem. Ipapakita ko lang po ang video na ibinigay po. Ito po ay ibinigay ng DepEd. Kung nais nyo pong palitan or baguhin, ay mariin lang pong makipag-ugnayan sa inyong regional contact person. So, itong pong video ay nasa mga 1 minute. Ayan. Ayan po. Pagkatapos po ng ating national anthem, ang susunod po ay ang doxology. Again po, ito po ay binigay din po, provided din po ito ng DepEd. Kung gusto niyo pong palitan or baguhin po, mariin lang po makipag-ugnayan. Mariin lang po makipag-ugnayan sa inyong regional contact person. Ayan. Ganito po ang itsura niya. So ito po ay mga nasa 4 minutes at mga 30 seconds po. Ang sunod po after po ng doxology ay ang panunumpa sa watawat. Ito po ay dapat po naka-reflect po sa ating screen at kung gusto nyo po ay pwede rin pong may voice over ng isa sa po sa mga graduates nyo. Pagkatapos po ng panunumpa sa watawat ay ang ating regional hymn. So pwede nyo pong ilagay ang sarili nyo pong regional hymn sa loob ng box po na ito. Pagkatapos po ng regional hymn ay ang opening remarks po. So dito po ilagay niyo po ang litrato ng estudyante, kung ano pong section niya, kung may mga honors po at kung anong eskwelahan galing. At pagkatapos po ng introductory slide na ito, ang sunod po ay ang mismong opening remarks. Dito po ay pwede pong pre-recorded dahil po pag hindi po maganda ang ating internet connection, mas makakatulong po ito para sa inyong online graduation. So dito po sa loob ng box nyo po maaaring ilagay ang pre-recorded message ng estudyante. Pagkatapos po ng opening remarks ay ang presentation po of graduates. Dito po lagay po ulit natin ang pangalan ng estudyante, awards po, at kung anong section at kung anong school po. Ito po, meron po tayong dalawang options. Pwede po una ay buksan po ang camera ng school head at siya po ay magbigay ng kanyang speech, or ang ikalawang option po ay maglagay po tayo ng pre-recorded message. Kayo po ay meron pong otoridad para mamili kung ano pong nais nyo para sa inyong online graduation. Pagkatapos po ng presentation of graduates ay ang ating acceptance and confirmation. Again po, ito po ay isang introductory slide lamang kung saan maaari niyo pong ilagay ang litrato ng estudyante, kung ano pong award, kung ano pong section, at kung saang eskwelahan po siya. At sa susunod po na slide ay ang mismong pre-recorded video ng naturang estudyante. Pagkatapos po ng acceptance and confirmation, dito na po ang distribution of diplomas and awards ng ating batch 2020 at dito po rin po nakalagay kung saang eskwelahan sila. So dito po, pwede po kayo maglagay kung may mga batch picture na po kayo, may mga nakuha na po kayo dati, pwede nyo pong ilagay dito sa loob ng square. At sa susunod po na slides, ito po yung una ay ang graduations with honors. So dito po ay pwedeng nasa group picture po sila at kung ano po yung mga corresponding awards po nila. At yung MC po ay babasahin isa-isa kung ano po, kung sino ang estudyante at kung ano po ang kanilang na-receive na award. So ganito po ang itsura ng graduates with honors. Pagkatapos po ay ang susunod ay ang mga may special awards po. Ganun din po ang format. Nakalagay po ang mga litrato at ang pangalan at kung ano po ang special award nila habang ina-announce po ng ating MC ang bawat estudyante. Pagkatapos po nito ay ang lahat na po ng mga gagraduate sa batch na ito. So ito po ay alphabetical order. Tapos, isa-isa rin po at parehas po nung sa with honors and with special awards, babanggitin, pwede rin pong banggitin ito ng MC isa-isa. So, ayan. Ganito rin po ang kanyang format, picture po, pangalan, at kung may award po, pwede pong ilagay sa baba. Pagkatapos po ng ating pag-present po ng mga graduates, ito na ang ating Academic Excellence Address. Ganun po ulit, isang introductory slide. At sa susunod po ay ang naturang pre-recorded message na pwede nating ilagay sa loob po ng rectangle. After po ng Academic Excellence Address, ay ang message na po from our school division superintendent. Ito po ay isang introductory slide at sa susunod po ang kanyang pre-recorded message na pwede nating ilagay sa loob po ng box. Pagkatapos po ng ating message from the school's division superintendent, ang sunod po ay ang regional director. At dito po ulit, ang kanyang pre-recorded message sa loob po ng rectangle. Pagkatapos po ng ating regional director, ay ang ating message from Assistant Secretary. Dito po sa ating slide, nandito na po ang recorded audio ng ating Assistant Secretary na si Attorney Alberto Escobarte III. At sa susunod po ay ang message po ng ating Secretary na si Honorable Leonor Magtolis Briones. At ganun din po ay meron na po siyang pre-recorded message na ating na lang pong ipapalabas sa inyong virtual graduation. Ayan. Ito po ay mga 12 minutes and 30 seconds po. Ayan. Pagkatapos po ng message po ng ating Secretary of Education, ang susunod po ay ang graduation song. So dito po ay pwede nyo pong ipasok ang inyong graduation song kung saan may mga videos po ng mga estudyante o kaya po mga litrato ng estudyante habang pong nagpe-play ang inyong recorded video dito sa ating slide. Pagkatapos po nito ay ang ating mga announcements. Dahil po first time po ang ating virtual graduation, lalo na po dito sa ating bansa, na gagawin natin siyang countrywide, pwede po natin dito i-introduce or i-promote po ang ating mga hashtags. Gamitin po natin ang mga hashtags na Hello 2020 Graduates at ang hashtag OG 2020 para po lahat po ng mga virtual graduation ay madali po nating matatrack, mamomonitor at makakatulong po ito para makapag-viral po tayo. Tapos po, pwede rin po kayo magdagdag ng mga sarili niyo pong hashtag, pero sana po ay gamitin natin ang mga hashtag na hashtag hello 2020 graduates, o kaya po hashtag OG 2020. Tapos po, sa susunod ay meron din po tayong Facebook profile frame. Pwede niyo po itong i-promote din. So, pagpunta niyo po sa Facebook, punta niyo po kayo sa picture, tapos po, photo to edit, add frame po at i-search lang po natin ang DepEd Online Graduate 2020. At ganito po ang magiging itsura ng inyong mga profile pictures. Pagkatapos po ng mga announcements, nandito na po ang pagpapasalamat sa mga taong tumulong at nagbigay ng mga organizers para po maisaayos ang ating virtual graduation, ang mga support, ang mga tumulong sa part po ng ito ng ating slides. At sa last part po ay ang recessional, kung saan again po mga videos or pictures po ng mga estudyante or ng mga picture na inyo pong nakalap sa nakaraang taon. Kung ang internet nyo po ay hindi available sa bawat area, meron po kaming mga suggestion na ito po ay tinatawag na online graduation on the go. Pwede nyo po siyang i-record at i-upload po sa OneDrive or kung saan man po storage, kung saan pwede pong i-download ng inyong ICT coordinator at pwede pong ma-distribute sa mga estudyante at sa mga magulang. Yun po ang ating virtual graduation ceremony. Now po, may I call on Ms. Zarina Dalus, a Microsoft Office specialist, to give you some tips about PowerPoint.
Hello, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Thank you, Ms. Mordy. So I hope you are seeing my screen right now. So let me start. All right, so since Microsoft Philippines already prepared a PowerPoint presentation template to easily guide and help everyone to come up and plot your very first virtual graduation ceremony, it is also important for us, para po sa amin, napaka-importante din po na i-walk through namin kayo on how to use and how to insert, edit your respective photos and videos on it. So let me start with the text formatting. So as what Ms. Marty showed you a while ago, all slide layouts from this template were all done for you already. With that being said, these slide designs are already fixed and cannot be configured. So yung iba po dito, hindi na po talaga natin magagalaw. So all you must do is to edit the names of your guest speakers. Okay. All right, so there you go. You can change the name, the size of your font, even the color, you can change it. Then you may also add some effects. Then there you go. The next one are the picture tools. So moving forward, most of the time you will be inserting photos, videos, and even audio files to complete your virtual graduation ceremony presentation, correct? Now, let me walk you through on how to insert photos po. There you go. So in inserting photos, just by following the guides given on each template, it will be easy for you to place certain photos or videos kung saan sila ilalagay po. And inserting photos, just simple lang po. Just go to Insert Command tab, then go to the pictures and simply locate and select your file. Now, as you will be collecting photos from your students, chances are possible po na marireceive po natin yung mga photos, yung quality po ng photos na galing sa mga estudyante natin na pwedeng medyo madilim po yung pictures nila and everything. So what is the good thing po using the PowerPoint alone? Somehow you may enhance and give your students photos a quick fix po just by playing with the available tools under the format command tab, just like what we did here in our video demo. Now, same goes with the video files you will be inserting. For example, this one, you may also give them a quick touch up even without using another video editing app. For example, your student send you yung brightness ng video na hindi ganon kaganda. You can actually give them a quick touch up po using the video tools din po dito sa ating PowerPoint app. Pero if you prefer po, to use a professional level type of editing app, of course, that would make your final output even better. All right. So lastly, inserting audio files. If ever a guest speaker can do a video recording, just like this one po, an audio file and a photo can be our second option. We can insert the video file of our speaker and add their photo as the audio's picture. For example, dito po sa demo natin, just simply select the audio and change the picture tool under the Format tab, and then select and then insert the photo, just like what we did here in our demo. Then you may also resize it as well. Then there you have it. Naging maayos, mas maganda po siya tignan. And then for more support that you need for the to utilize the PowerPoint app para po mas maging maganda po yung ating output at the end of the day, you can go to this link po to help you utilize all the possible tools na pwede nyo pong gamitin. Alright po. And yeah, that's my quick walkthrough on how you can edit the templates given to you by Microsoft. And I wish that helped you a lot. If you have more questions, just send your questions to the chat box, and then we are excited to help you and answer your question. Now, moving forward, to continue our discussion, may I call on Ms. Micaela Ranyoco, a Microsoft Office Master, to share with you more recommendations on how to make your virtual graduation presentation even better.
Good day, I am Ms. Mika from Adantis Technologies. We have shown you the program flow of our virtual graduation and the PowerPoint features you can use to modify the PowerPoint deck. Now here are our recommendations for the virtual graduation PowerPoint deck. Assign one host and 1 to 3 moderators to run the virtual graduation. The host's responsibilities are to introduce the key people in the program and create a script to direct the entire flow. The moderator's responsibilities are to work behind the scenes to message and coordinate with the teachers, students, and other staff, and to provide technical support if a technical issue arises. Note that the designs and images in this template can be changed to suit your school's needs. You are free to edit the colors of the background, text, and placeholders where you will insert your images, videos, and audio clips. You can also modify or follow the template's color palette for uniformity and the color contrast of the background and text for optimal visibility. You can also change or keep the text's font style and size, especially for the presentation of graduates and their awards, to ensure readability. In editing the template and placing pictures and videos, consider and if possible, follow the orientation of the placeholders. In this template, placeholders for individual pictures are mostly set in portrait orientation, while placeholders for videos and group pictures are mostly set in landscape. Encourage the key speakers and students to record in a quiet place to produce high-quality video or audio. Adjust the volume levels of the speaker's voice and your chosen background music to emphasize the speaker's voice. Please limit pre-recorded messages to 5 minutes each to avoid technical problems with the internet connection. If pre-recorded video is not available for the key speaker's messages, insert the speaker's picture beside the audio clip. Practice the presentation. Rehearse the program flow and technical aspects of the virtual graduation as though it is the traditional physical graduation. Set your own house rules during the live presentation. Encourage the participants to stay in a quiet place with stable internet connection as much as possible and to turn off their microphone when not in use. Record the presentation. First, ask the participants for their permission to be recorded. Once they have agreed, record the presentation so those who cannot attend at the scheduled time may watch it in their own time. Conduct your online graduation with the purpose of celebrating the school year and the lives of everyone who has been part of your school family, and inspiring the students who will be entering a new chapter of their lives in the midst of the pandemic. Enjoy your virtual graduation.
Hello? Yeah, good morning. Still good morning. Okay. By the way, my name is Francis again. Thank you for staying since 9:45 till 11:23 right now. So thank you, Mika, Mardi, and Zari. Same goes with Sir Ike for sharing. Number one is all the technical capability of Microsoft Teams Live on how to set it up. Second is thank you, Miss Mardi, for sharing your the deck earlier, and you walk us through on how to optimize the available deck. That's the beauty of it. The deck is already pre-made. So on the side of the school, if they would want to mount an online graduation, it's easier for them to do it because they have a guide that will walk them through all throughout the process. Next is thank you to teacher Zarina. Teacher Zarina for walking us through on how to insert videos, how to insert photos, how to edit text. So that would be very useful, especially for those individual who's maybe familiar with PowerPoint, but in terms of using it on a daily basis, maybe some of them forgot some of the features, and especially those new version using the newer version, the 2019 version. Maybe some of you guys forgot where the insert function is located. So hinighlight lang po ni Teacher Mardi po, ni Teacher Zarina po yon. And lastly, the recommendation that's coming from Teacher Micaela. So pinakita po ni Teacher Micaela po yung recommendation niya on how to make the whole presentation and the whole mounting of this event would be effective in a way. So I hope you were able to get those tips. Now for those individuals, I know maybe some of you, I'm reading all the chat. Maybe some of you are finding some difficulty or maybe some challenges. If you're encountering difficulty when it comes to bandwidth right now, maybe you're not hearing us clearly. If that would be the case, you don't need to worry. Everything is recorded, and we've already posted our shared folder. The purpose of that shared folder is for us to basically upload all the contents in that folder, so you can view it any time of the day. Okay, so you'll be guided po. Okay, so I'll be sharing lang po my screen, okay, before we jump to our Q&A session. So as mentioned earlier, okay, so let me share first my screen. So here, okay. So if you're seeing right now my screen, We've shared the shared folder to you guys. So you just need to click this link or copy this link, bit.ly/hello 2020 graduates. Okay, so all the presentation, we will upload it there later this afternoon, all the updated presentation. At the same time, the recorded video, okay, we're gonna upload it there for your reference, so you can download it, watch it on your free time. And at the same time, all the materials that you will be using for the virtual graduation to make it successful, we'll place it there, okay, in that link po. Okay? So ito po yung shared folder po natin in which all the contents will be placed later this afternoon. Okay? So we're just making some updates lang po, especially on the video. Okay? Next would be, I know, as I've seen earlier, we have thousands of participants right now. Surprising, I mean, we have thousands of participants, no? Since this is a nationwide campaign to help you in driving and making this event successful, we've allocated technical resource person to help and guide you. So we have we have a specific technical support team that will cover NCR, CAR, Region 1, 2, and 3. All you need to do is click this link. Okay? We'll be sharing it naman po in that folder later. Okay? Yung pinrovide naming folder link. Yung folder link, i-upload ko rin po itong file na to. So you can click this technical support namin po. Okay? So for those individual who would want to get help and assistance coming from us, especially on the technical side, we have bit.ly/MS Teams Technical Support North Luzon. So that will cover NCR, CAR, Region 1, 2, and 3. Okay po? Next would be is this, ito naman po sa South Luzon. Okay? So in helping South Luzon, okay, covering Region 4A, Mimaropa, and Region 5, what we will do is, all you can do is just click this link or type this link in your browser, bit.ly/MS Teams Technical Support South Luzon. So all your questions, you can post it there. We have a technical support team that's up and available starting from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day po, starting today till Friday. Okay? So please take advantage of that kasi po yung technical support po namin available po sila till Friday to help you mount your event in the next coming weeks. Okay? So kung excited na po kayo to mount your event next week, okay lang po yun. We are here to help you. So just send us a message or give us a call. You can ring this one. You can call us here using Microsoft Teams po. Just follow this link lang po. Okay? Next, syempre po, meron tayong North Luzon, meron tayong South Luzon. Now is Visayas naman po. Okay? Now, to help the region of Visayas, so for those individuals, you can just type bit.ly/MS Teams Technical Support Visayas. So for all Visayas school, Visayas division, or Visayas region, if they would want to get help from us, okay, or technical support, they can just type this link in any browser or click this link later pag sinend po namin yung file po sa inyo. Okay? This is for the Visayas region. Again, to repeat, bit.ly/MS Teams Technical Support Visayas. Okay? Now, next would be is definitely Mindanao. Okay? So we have Mindanao. It covers Region 9, Region 10, Region 11, Region 12, Region 13, and ARMM. Now, to help facilitate in terms of technical support, okay, so any division office or even on the regional level, regional office, they can just type bit.ly/MS Teams Technical Support Mindanao. Okay. Now we know this is a nationwide commitment. Now to help facilitate you on that, we highly suggest from the school level, okay, please cascade first all your questions or inquiry on the division level. Okay, from the division level, you can go direct to the regional level or you can go to us as support, okay, on the division level side, because we know there are thousands of schools out there, especially for covering Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We know that those are thousands of schools. So for us to facilitate and help you with the best way we can, we highly recommend to cascade it first on the region on the division level. So from the division level, maybe they can consolidate all the questions, and from there we can answer all your concerns on a division standpoint. Okay, it's either division standpoint or regional standpoint because nandun po yung majority ng settings are seen in the division and on the regional level po. Now, sa school level, we highly suggest please coordinate with them. Now, in any event po that you're having difficulty connecting with your division ITO and regional ITO, you can still click this link. But again, there might be some delay, especially if there will be the bulk of requests starting today till Friday po. Okay? So please be help us also if ever there would be duplicates, especially on the division level and region level. If there would be duplicates of concerns, kung pareho po yung concern ng magkaibang school, maybe we can consolidate na lang po yung pinaka-requirement ng bawat school. Then from there, we'll gonna help throughout this technical support that we've provided po. Okay? So that's about it on my end. And okay, now from Audentes, okay, from Audentes Technologies. I know it's almost lunchtime. Thank you for staying. You've stayed for more than 2 hours, and we really appreciate your time. And at the same time, we're all excited. We're all excited to have this event, to help this event to be successful. So again, as mentioned, our technical support is up and ready today till Friday. Now, in any event that you will be mounting your event next week, please do give us a call if meron po kayong concerns or question po. Okay? Now, on the side of your Office 365 account, as mentioned, if you have difficulty, because I'm reading the questions earlier, if you have difficulty on your Office 365 in general, okay, please coordinate po with your division ITO po. Okay? Pertaining to your Office 365 account. Okay? Sa amin po is Microsoft 365, sa amin po is Microsoft Teams Live po. Anything pertaining to Microsoft Teams Live. Okay? Now, I'll be reading, we're now on our Q&A session. Okay? So, I'll be reading aloud a couple of questions here. Okay? So, for our Q&A, so here, okay, so we have a question here, but I think this is pertaining to DepEd. Later this afternoon, we'll be inviting DepEd po to at least answer all these concerns po, especially if you're pertaining to the tenant of your Office 365 account. Okay, so number one, what's Office 365, coming from Anonymous, what are the 365 E3, E5, A3, or A5 license? What license do DepEd has as an employee? Okay, so I think ang makakasagot po nito is si DepEd. Later this afternoon, we'll be inviting them, and that will be recorded as well. So we're gonna relay these concerns po. So DepEd on the USD level, so they would answer this question po pertaining to what license type. Okay, so when it comes to your license type, if I'm not mistaken, it's more of a nationwide approach, same category of license. I think the only difference is more of the policy, the whether you're an admin or a user or an educator. So magkakaiba po yung policies in place depending on the role. Okay, but later I think USD can answer this one. Okay.
Hi, Francis.
Yes, Jomar. Thank you.
This is Jomar from Microsoft, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Jomar.
attending. I guess yung isa sa mga pinaka-popular question right now is saan namin makikita ang mga links para sa materials. So, meron po kaming OneDrive link. Hindi po namin isi-send yung mga files sa inyo isa-isa via DepEd email kasi po this is nationwide and sobrang dami nyo po. So, we will be hosting it in one OneDrive file. Tapos, i-share po namin yung link. So, ang gagawin po namin is we're going to share the link sa DepEd USD para malagay nila sa Facebook Workplace and i-share din namin siya sa inyong mga rito and sa inyong mga dito. Additionally, Francis, can we also
Yes.
to share the link of our OneDrive para makita na nila yung file by making an announcement here together with the support links? Kasi yung iba ata wasn't able to record or write yung kanilang mga links specific to their technical support regions.
Yes. Thank you, Jomar. So we'll be placing, thank you for that reminder. We'll be placing all the links in our announcement po. So for those individuals who weren't able to catch the full detail of the links that we've shared earlier, don't worry. We'll post it as an announcement po. Okay? So thank you, Jomar. So we'll be proceeding on our next question. Okay? Let's look for new questions here. Okay. Okay. This is coming from Anonymous. Do we have to purchase the license or it will be provided by DepEd? Okay. So it will be provided po by DepEd po. Please connect with your, as mentioned, please connect po with your division ITO. Okay. So when it comes to your Office 365 licenses, please connect your division ITO. Next is, so we have here a couple of similar questions. May I ask if we can have a soft copy for this session coming from Anonymous? We have plenty of same question. So as mentioned, we will post it as an announcement po. We'll post the link of the shared folder. That folder will contain the recorded videos. Second is the updated PowerPoint presentation of all the presenters earlier. And at the same time, all the relevant content that you need to, that you will use to mount your virtual graduation po. Okay, so we'll make it as announcement po.
Okay, Francis,
Yes,
I also
sure.
would like to take the time kasi isa pang popular question is, required po ba ang pagmamount ng online graduation or is this mandatory? So as per the memo po, this is only highly encouraged kasi we also understand that for some parts of the country, connectivity may be a very, very heavy issue and we understand that. So this whole Hello 2020 graduates virtual graduation program it's really for those who are able and those who can and those who are willing to digitize their commencement in exercises. So sa mga able and willing, Microsoft is here, more than willing to support you para po hindi kayo mahirapan. And when it comes to the question if required or mandatory po ba gamitin ng ating PowerPoint template na ibinigay. So this template is here to guide you. This template is here para hindi kayo mag-start from scratch. Pero we also understand from some schools, some divisions, and some regions, which is very good po actually na nag-start na kayo and actually na magpa-publish na lang po ata kayo. So you may continue with that. We are not here po to impose, pero we are here din po to support you kapag kailangan nyo lang and kapag kailangan nyo na po yung template gamitin, at least meron na po kayong magagamit na pre-made na po. So again, yung template ay naka-house sa loob ng OneDrive na ibibigay namin sa inyong mga rito, sa inyong mga dito, and to DepEd USD para i-cascade sa Facebook Workplace and also i-announce po namin yung link here as an announcement sa call na ito. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Jomar, for answering that concern and relaying yung things that they can actually do. We'll be reading another question. This is coming from Anonymous. Question po kasi, we are required to forward the video to our district offices. I think contradicting po kapag live talaga event, can we upload a video na lang in Facebook instead? Okay. So it's a good question actually. So the purpose of having a Microsoft Teams live session. So there are two ways of looking at it. You can have the live session and share the link so parents can view it live stream via a browser. Or another thing that could work, okay, but again, I'm not saying you need to do this. It's more of an option. You can use your Microsoft Teams live session to record everything, okay? Once you record everything, okay, and for example, you would want to do some minor post-processing or post-editing, if your division would want that, or even if your school level would want that, then have it posted in Facebook Live. That could also work. Okay, we're not here to limit the capability and the potential of running your virtual graduation using Facebook as a means and way of delivering it. But what you can do, because the good thing with Microsoft Teams Live is you can record everything and do some post editing. Yun po yung capability po niya. So in any event, you would want to have an integration of both. That could work. That could work. So record it first with Microsoft Teams Live, then eventually you can have it loaded in a Facebook Live. So that's an option. That's another option. Jomar, do you want to add something?
Yes, just a quick reminder na yung template na ibibigay namin sa inyo, so bale maraming folders doon. And laman din po nun yung kung paano siya i-report. And we know, medyo minsan hassle mag-report, pero the only reason why we are asking for your support in reporting the figures, ilan yung dumalo ng yung online graduation, kasi nga po this is something new for DepEd, and this is something that we can feature internationally. So yung pilot run natin sa Region 11 was already picked up by a lot of newspaper, and we want you to celebrate this with us para makita natin kung gaano kalayo yung impact na ating nagawa para sa mga students, and we need your support for that. And we have our reporting measures also included sa loob ng PowerPoint na ibibigay sa inyo when we share our OneDrive link.
Okay. Thank you, Jomar. Okay. So reading again another question coming from Jonel Roncesvalles. Sir, how can we make a pupil a presenter if she will present for the graduation speech, since the pupil doesn't have an account in Office 365? Okay. So in any event that you would want to have your student present something during the graduation, maybe on a graduation speech, for example, isa siya sa mga achiever na estudyante po natin, and you would want her or him to be an inspiration to his or her classmate, what we highly recommend is your student will do a pre-recording video. Okay, from that pre-recording video, you include it on your PowerPoint presentation. So that's our recommendation. Instead of you sharing them and making them a presenter, since they don't have an Office 365 account, especially on the live session, what we highly suggest is para rin po smooth yung flow. Okay, so let your student record na lang po a video of their speech. Now, from the recording of their speech, send the MP4 format to your producer, kung sino po yung gagawa ng pinaka PowerPoint presentation po nung virtual graduation natin, sino po yung nagko-collate. Then pag na-send nyo po yun, para isang ano na lang po tayo, isang presentation na lang po. Wala nang, kasi mahirap po if you'll have couple of students acting as presenter. I'm not sure if it would be possible to basically do it, because the limitation of not having Office 365 account for your student po. Okay. Another question. Okay. Okay. Can we go back from the live event when we got disconnected as producer when the internet connection is lower than 2 Mbps, or automatically go live if the internet connection was cut off? Okay. So as mentioned earlier po, thank you, Mr. Alvin. Okay, thank you for that wonderful question. As mentioned earlier, we highly suggest on the producer side to have 2 producers. Okay, it's either 2 or 3 producers at maximum. Okay, what's the purpose of that? So in any event, as a producer, kung ma-cut off po kayo, for example, your internet connectivity is having some issues. Number 2, if suddenly your laptop gets humalobat po or mawalan ng power during the course of the live session, And lastly, for example, bigla pong magkaroon ng power shortage or outrage in your area and mawala ng kuryente. Okay? So at least meron kayong backup na some of your colleagues might be situated in different area. So in any event maputol yung connection mo as a producer, still it will work kasi meron naman po tayong kasamang mga co-producers po in running the event. That's the best practice that we can recommend. Have at least 2 or 3 producers po. I'm not saying they control all at the same time. It's more of maybe the 2 can work as backup. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
Francis, I also want to feature this question. So, for those who are asking din kasi kung kailangan ba ng Office 365 accounts para sa mga attendees kasi wala rin naman talagang Office 365 accounts ang mga bata or ang mga parents. So, ang sagot po ay hindi kailangan. Pag kayo ay nag-mount ng Teams Live event at binigay nyo ang link sa kanila, mag-open lang po ito sa inyong sa kanilang mga browser. So, pwede po nilang hindi i-download ang Microsoft Teams, pwede po na wala silang Office 365 accounts. Now, if ang question nyo po ay kung kayo po yung walang Office 365 accounts, and as much po that we want to answer it, the only designated person na mahihingi nyo po ang inyong mga account ay ang inyong respective division ITOs. So for any request ng inyong availability or ng password resets, please contact your division ITOs directly kasi sila po yung may access about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jomar. Another question, I'll be reading coming from Al Kachilar. I have a concern about internet speed with our minimum recommendation of 1 to 2 Mbps. Medyo mababa siya to view in a nice broadcast. So kapag ganon, okay, anong minimum speed? And I'm experiencing it right now. I'm running 3.1 Mbps but still your live is lagging. What's your comment about this lag? Okay, so number 1, there's a possibility po that your internet connectivity is 3 Mbps or higher. But the challenge that in that regard po is maybe you're having an intermittent internet connection. What do I mean? So it means yung total bandwidth speed mo is 3.1 Mbps. The thing is, you need to also double check if you're having an intermittent connection. So paputol-putol po siya. It means na-disconnect and kumo-connect po siya. That's why nagkakaroon ng konting lag. So, to facilitate po that, I would suggest in mounting your Microsoft Teams live session, as mentioned earlier, before running a live session, do a mock or a test run first. Do a test run. Coming from your test run, you need to check your internet speed. So, kung nakita nyo, during your test run, na nagkakaroon pa ng same challenges, what we can suggest is you have an option of using, at times po, no, we use mobile internet. Minsan po kasi if your mobile internet has good signal, it could also work. The challenge lang po with your mobile internet is the moment na mawala ng signal, magkakaroon ng disruption po. Okay? So, your Microsoft Teams live session, we highly suggest do a recording first. Or do a recording or do a pilot first, okay? Now, from your pilot, you don't need to have it loaded immediately in your in a live session, okay? To be safe, okay? On the safe side, you can use Microsoft Teams Live as a recording, okay? From your recording, you have the like yung ginawa po natin ngayon, nire-record natin to ngayon, then the MP4 format, okay? Or the save file, pwede natin to i-share in a Facebook Live or it can be shared po whether a platform ng Facebook gawin niyo siyang Facebook. That's an option lang naman po, okay? In any event that your internet connectivity is having some issues, especially if it's intermittent po. So that's what we recommend. Record it first, then try it out. Now, after trying it out, if it works fine, maybe you can have it loaded na lang po in a Facebook Live on the safe side, okay? But if you're confident with your internet connection, you can do what we're doing right now. We go direct live session po talaga, okay? So those are the things that you can do, okay? You're not limited naman po to as mentioned kanina, you're not limited to mount the virtual graduation lalo na kung mababa internet connectivity nyo po. So, as mentioned, do a dry run. From the dry run, you assess if you're up and ready to do live. If not, you can do a recording, then have it posted on Facebook Live to be safe, on the safe side. Okay, Jomar, do you have additional comments?
Meron lang akong gustong i-address na question.
Sure,
This is
sure.
a tough one. This is a tough one.
Sige, sige, sige.
Pero thank you
We have a
thank
technical guy naman. We
No,
have
no, no,
IT.
it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, we have
Um,
Alex.
do we really need to use Microsoft Teams in virtual graduation? So maybe
Okay.
you're wondering, right? So ang dami kasi it's been a repeated question. So we are here to present you options. We are not here po to impose. We are here to present you an option that is privacy compliant and easy for you to use. And we are, if ever you choose to use Microsoft Teams in your virtual graduation, the whole of Microsoft Teams and the whole of the Microsoft education team, the whole of UST, and even the whole of Audentes, our training partner, is more than here to support you. So with your use of Microsoft Teams, you also activate our partnership and our support. And nandito lang kami if ever kailangan niyo po. Okay?
Yeah. In addition, Jomar, thank you for that answer. In addition, building on Sir Jomar's answer earlier about we're not here to impose, what we can suggest, since you are asking if you can use another platform, okay? Pwede naman po yun, but the challenge is in terms of support. Kasi we are here po to support anything pertaining to Microsoft Teams Live. If you're gonna use a different platform, okay, our technical guys, I'm not sure what kind of platform you will use. So in terms of supporting that platform, baka po magkaroon po ng issue kasi baka hindi po namin masagot po, especially if it's a non-Microsoft product. Because in terms of competency, we're certified on the side of Microsoft to do technical support. But outside Microsoft, that we cannot guarantee na po. Okay, that's my little concern lang po if you're gonna use a different platform, the support. So the 5-day support starting Monday till Friday will be helping you pertaining all Microsoft Teams related concern. Microsoft Teams Live related concern po. Okay, so next is, we'll read another question. How can the producer have all the screens and PowerPoint of each presenter? Okay, so the question is coming from Sir June Maglake. I think your question is, how can the producer view all the presenter? Okay, as I default, if you are the presenter, if you are categorized as the if you are categorized as the producer, you automatically see all the available presenter at the bottom part of your screen. Okay, makikita mo po lahat ng presenter. Now, as a producer, you have the capability and the option to make your presenter live depending on the queue. So you need to queue them first that they're going live. Medyo challenging po kung bigla mo silang i-live, no? So you need to queue them first that they will be live. So that could be showing their video or maybe showing their slide. Okay? Kita po yan ng presenter po on the bottom part of screen. Sorry, as a producer. As a producer, kita niya po lahat yon. Lahat ng presenter sa ilalim, sa bottom ng screen niya po. As part of the default configuration for the producer. Okay? Another question is, in case, coming from Sir June, in case that, would it be better if Office 365 administration will be delegated to the division ITOs? That's a tough one. That's a tough one po. Maybe we can raise this concern on the side of our speakers later this afternoon in our Q&A. They're much capable of answering these questions po, pertaining to your policies in place. Again, as a trainer, Audentes Technologies, what we can provide are technical capabilities to answer all your concerns pertaining to Microsoft Teams live session. But in terms of policy in place, whether on the division level, on the regional level po, pasensya na po, maybe USD is the right resource person po to answer this concern. last, okay, Sir Joms, okay lang if we go to our last question because it's almost
Yes.
o'clock.
Oh,
Okay, sige.
yes.
Okay,
Ano
so
na lang, sige, let's just have an announcement after that last
sure,
question.
sure. Okay. Our last question, okay. Good morning. As attendees or participant, can we attend two teams live at the same time, simultaneous? Okay. Yes, definitely. Provided you're gonna use different browser. Okay. So for example, um, uh, this is a hypothetical scenario. I'm a parent and my kid is enrolled to different DepEd school, two different DepEd school that will run simultaneously graduation, okay? Online graduation. So what they can do, so yung isang school, si School A, mag-mount sila ng live session po nila. Then si School B, mag-mount din sila ng live session po nila. Then ipopost po nila yung link. Then the parents can open a browser using maybe an Edge browser, a Google Chrome browser, an Internet Explorer browser, or maybe Mozilla Firefox. Basta po magkakaiba yung browser po nila. So, one browser, pwede po naka-on using Edge browser. The other one is Internet Explorer watching simultaneously different Teams live session or graduation, virtual graduation coming from two different schools. So imagine, in a physical scenario, that's not possible. One parent goes to two different graduation, medyo challenging po yun. But here, in a virtual graduation, it's possible po. Okay? Provided you use two different browser in one PC. So that could work. Yes, Jomar, do we have additional announcements?
Yes, ano lang, reminders na yung ating next session ay 1 p.m. Same lang po ng content sa morning session. Pero kung kayo po ay pumasok sa live event and sa webinar na ito nang medyo nahuli kayo or nasa gitna na kami ng presentation or marami pa kayong gustong clarifications, you can attend din our 1 p.m. session. It's the same content pero you can raise more questions there. And on the afternoon session, we will be joined by DepEd USD, our friends from the User Support Division. And we hope na masagot namin lahat ng questions nyo doon. Pahabol siguro lang na question. Pwede daw bang mag-facilitate ng two simultaneous live stream using the same account? Kahit po technically possible siya using different browsers, we don't suggest po na gawin nyo siya, sir, kasi mahirap and challenging po mag-maintain ng dalawang event in one. Baka po magkalito-lituhan po tayo. Yun lang po. And that's my announcement po.
Yep. From our end, yes, our last announcement would be, again, we'll post all the links in our as an announcement. We're gonna post everything naman po doon, lahat ng links for you to number one, for you to download all the contents that we have. Again, we will update it time to time, okay? Especially this afternoon kasi yung recorded video po natin, we're gonna load it there. Please give us an ample time to have it uploaded later in the afternoon. Next is all the support links. We're gonna share it here. So those who weren't able to catch up earlier, you can click those links, especially for our support. Okay, and we'll be providing also a link intended for our survey. The purpose of that survey is for us to get at least a numerical figure that would help us, number one, identify the size and magnitude in terms of support. Kasi at least that would be our basis in terms of enabling our tech support. Kasi pag nakita namin po sa survey na marami po yung nag-participate sa survey and they're gonna mount the event next week by Monday, definitely kailangan po naming dagdagan po yung support po namin. So, now, kung makita naman po namin po doon na the event, the mounting of event will be made sometime after June, that's a little bit difficult because again, we'd love to support you for this week and next week. Okay, so we highly recommend please discuss it with your regional ITO or even division ITO on how to mount this event, and at the same time, please give us feedback on our survey form. Later, we'll be posting it in our announcements po. Okay, I think we're all good. And we're all good. Again, thank you everyone for attending this session. Maraming salamat po. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Salamat. for attending this session. At the same time, um, to those individuals who weren't able to attend our first part of the presentation, or if you would want to watch again our presentation in the afternoon, you may do so. We'll start our presentation by 1:30, but by 1 o'clock, we'll be posting our our videos, our links in as part of our announcement by 1 o'clock to 1:30. Now from 1:30, that will be our training proper po. Okay? Training proper 1:30 onwards. Okay? So, thank you and have a great afternoon. Maraming salamat
Okay.
po.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.